It's important to, try and help the world. 'Cause what better goal, what better mission is that?
Hello, and welcome aboard another episode of the Captain's Lifestyle Podcast. This is your captain speaking, Taylor Morgan. Before we dive into today's episode, I just want to let you guys know that today's episode is brought to you by the Captain's Lifestyle Program, my own signature 90-day lifestyle optimization program for charitable company founders who want to maximize their health, happiness, and productivity so they can optimize their work-life balance while continuing to fulfill their entrepreneurial vision. If you'd like more info on my coaching or would like to apply to sign up for the program, you can head over to my website at thecaptainslifestyle.com and fill out the initial assessment so we can book a free strategy call to see if you would be a good fit. On today's show, we have another special guest. His name is Jason Rivera. Jason founded Live Life Every Day when he was only 22 years old. The brand was founded shortly after he graduated from Lehigh University with a bachelor's in business and economics with a concentration in marketing, as well as minors in entrepreneurship and psychology. As a lifelong optimist, Jason loves to inspire more and more people each day, which is exactly what he's going to do on today's show. Jason, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thank you very much for having me. It's great to be here.
Awesome. So let's get into your background a little bit. Tell me, you can take this wherever you want, wherever you feel is the great place to start for your journey so far.
Well, I always, like you just said, I graduated from Lehigh University. While I was there, I was in the business program, so I always knew I wanted to start my own business. The thing is, what business that was going to be, right? And I always knew I wanted to do something with meaning. So it's kind of hard, trying to come up with something that works for you. And I did that. When I graduated, it was back in 2009, which was kind of like the heart of the last real big recession. So there wasn't really a lot of jobs going on there. So I had some time to kind of figure out what it is that I wanted to do. And I threw around a lot of ideas, did a lot of brainstorming, and I literally just came up with the idea after throwing a bunch of ideas at the board. And I kind of like to look at it as Live Life Every Day is a personification of who I am. I was able to create a business that is, it's literally who I am. And so here we are today. It's an inspirational and eco-friendly clothing brand that's fully made in the US. Our mission is to inspire the world to never take life for granted and to take advantage of every opportunity that life throws at you. And we also give $1 from every sale of every shirt and hoodie to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, which is actually near and dear to my heart because my mom has had MS for over 30 years. So that's why we give back to that cause. So that's kind of a nice quick summary.
Yeah, that is amazing. I love that. Love everything you stand for. Love the fact that you have a mission statement, the fact that you give back. But where I want to take it now is, most entrepreneurs, I feel like when they're starting out, they want to start a business to make money. A lot of entrepreneurs get in it for selfish reasons, which is not necessarily bad. Like, it's good to make money and, live the lifestyle that you want to live. But what made you decide? Because it sounds like from the very beginning, you knew that you wanted to have or to start a company with purpose, a company that had meaning behind it. So what do you think, what kind of, I guess, characteristics about you or how you were raised, whatever it was, what made you decide to start a charitable company?
I don't know. It's just something, I guess you can go back to the way I was raised. I guess my parents did a good job. Like you said in the quick bio in the beginning, I've always just been a positive, fun-loving person, just love to enjoy life and just do fun things. And just make other people happy. And I think you hit on it perfectly. Most people do, at least when they look at entrepreneurship and people starting businesses, it's like a quick get rich scheme, right? That's not why I did this. I like to think of it as the financial aspect of it is kind of a side benefit that, will come along with it. But that's 100% not why I did it. It's literally just, I'm just trying to spread the inspiration, spread the good vibes, in a time where the world always needs it, but now more than ever, it feels like, we need it. So I mean, I guess it was just a product of my raising and just kind of just a little bit of things that I've been through and just having the right mindset and just trying to, um, spread that. I think it was just, like I said, I just realized at one point that I just wanted to do something big, not I don't want to knock anybody that has the typical, office job or any other job, because there is always something for everybody, and there's lots of people that are happy in those lives, but not everything is for everyone. And for me, I knew that I just felt like I was always meant for something bigger and to do something big.
Yeah, it all comes down to what makes you happy. And if you're happy working a 9 to 5 job, by all means, stick with
Exactly.
that. Like not
Exactly.
everybody should start their own company just because it's now the cool thing to do.
Hmm.
But I like what you said, that you didn't necessarily start the business for money, although every business needs to make money. That's how businesses thrive. But
Exactly.
that's not why you started it. Is it fair to say that what you have found so far is that by creating a business that was focused on giving and purpose driven, then the money started to come after that
I think it just, I would say it definitely made things a little bit harder. I
at
think
the
I think
beginning?
yeah, and then
Yeah,
also the fact that I decided to go with the eco-friendly aspect of it, because I've been doing that the whole time. And so, unfortunately, eco-friendly products are usually, more expensive than regular products. And then now, since I now doing the made in the US, it brings up the cost when you're adding those benefits along with it. But exactly that, they are benefits. So I just think that when you look at my company and see that, we've been doing it from the beginning, that it's going to pay off in the end, because it wasn't just a fad. Sometimes people buy into the fads and they're like, oh, we're eco-friendly just because it sounds cool and it's a marketing term, or made in the US because, that's what things, like, I'm doing it because, since the brand itself is built around positivity and doing as much good as possible, like, why wouldn't I, help the environment and also, help the country, help the economy. So I just feel like those are just all added benefits to the brand itself and what I'm trying to build.
100%. So I had a former client who created something similar, made in the USA, eco-friendly. And, you know, uh, when I was working with him, he was, just getting started, and it was more difficult for him too, because the expenses and all that. But because he was mission and purpose driven, he wasn't willing to sacrifice those costs because they were benefits. And so I'm curious, why were you not willing to sacrifice on the eco-friendly side of it, or the made in America side of it?
I think it kind of, for the reasons I was saying, just it's the meaning and the purpose behind the brand. You have to, especially when you're building a brand. So I like to say right now, I say I'm a clothing brand, right? Because I have t-shirts and hoodies and tank tops, but I like to say I'm building a brand. That's what's most important to me, because the overall goal and vision is to do anything and everything, under it. And so when you're building a brand, it's a little different than when you have like a company that's more like niche focused or something like that. Like, I'm looking at the overall vision. So um, I'm thinking about, kind of the end game. Like, I got to just keep doing it. Again, like I was talking about, it's not just a fad. It's not just something that's going to go away. Because I also do think that it is more and more companies are going to start doing it. But I'm doing it for the right reasons. And I don't think, just because it's harder doesn't mean that it shouldn't be done. So I kind of just pushing through that. I know that it would have been easier if I wouldn't have done the eco-friendliness. If I was just pushing cheap t-shirts, it would have been a lot easier. But like I said, just because it's easy doesn't mean that, that's the way that you should do it. I think it'll really pay off. And it is paying off because of, I'm building a brand here. So
100%. And when you say easier, I agree. It what 100% would have been easier in the beginning, but then you probably would not have seen sustained success,
exactly. Exactly.
because the fact that you're building a brand. Same thing with the Captain's Lifestyle, same thing with my other client that I mentioned. It's about brand, it's about community, building a community of like-minded people to live life every day. It's not just about this piece of clothing. So I've always preached that the future of business is going to be about companies who care. Companies who care. First off, the CEO has to care about himself, about his health, happiness, and productivity. Because if you don't have an optimized CEO, you cannot be running a successful business. And then from there, once the CEO is operating at his full potential, he has to care about his employees. I believe that companies in the future are, I don't think that in order to be successful in the future, companies, their employees can't hate their boss. Like there has to be some level of, good communication, because if you hate your boss, you're not going to want to do good work. So the CEO has to focus on their employees' health, happiness, and productivity so they can create better work, which obviously makes the company better. But happy, healthy, and productive workers are, that makes the world go round. And then last but not least, they also have to care about their impact on the environment and or the community. Because I believe if you have the greatest product in the world, but the impact to the environment is detrimental to, the health of the environment, then I don't think you'll be successful. Because consumers, as I'm sure you know, as an eco-friendly brand, are starting to become aware of the impact of their buying decisions. They're voting with their dollars, and more brands are going to start to move down that path. So what is it that, or how did you decide that that is the future? What made you stick to that path?
Uh, I think it was just kind of while I was at Lehigh, I just learned they had a couple like eco-friendly clubs, and some of the classes that I took, you just start learning about just the new. It was a little bit of a trend then, I'll admit that, but um, when I kind of bought into it, it wasn't me buying into a trend. It's kind of seeing the vision like this is a good thing that I want to do, not just because everyone's doing it right now. So I think it was just kind of the overall timing of when I started it. It just made sense. Like I said, if I want to change the world, it's just one more way that I can do it. And it's going down the list of what are all the different ways that I can impact the world in a positive way. And to me, being eco-friendly is a no-brainer.
Absolutely. So let's get a little bit more specific into your brand. What is it about Live Life Every Day that makes it eco-friendly?
So we use super premium eco-friendly materials, super soft, certified organic cotton. Um, the tank tops are actually organic cotton and bamboo, and we have a women's scoop neck tee, which is organic cotton and bamboo. And then the hoodies that we have are organic cotton and recycled polyester, and the recycled polyester is actually made from recycled plastic bottles. So that's really really cool.
Love it.
And then all the way down the line, we use recycled paper in our hang tags, the letters, the even their stickers that I send with every order that you get some postcards and stickers. All of that is from recycled paper. The shipping materials, the packaging you get, everything is eco-friendly. All the way down to even the pen that I use. I like to do a little like sign a little letter. Even the pen I use is made out of recycled plastic, like that's how I like to. Those are little things that maybe not everyone even, and I don't even always tell people that because I can't even forget it myself. But that's where I tried to go, as much as possible just to make an impact, because every little bit counts, every little bit counts.
100%. And so I love all those eco-friendly aspects of it. But real quick, I want to touch on the brand building side of things a little bit, because I think a lot of companies aren't necessarily aware of this. You said, so not only are you eco-friendly, not only do you give back, not only are you an inspirational brand, but other than that, you're going above and beyond to deliver, like you said, those handwritten notes, the stickers, all of that stuff. What have you noticed from providing these, seemingly small extras that some people think might not really make a difference? What have you noticed from including those letters and stickers in every shipment?
Oh, it definitely helps. It definitely pays off. People notice the difference. I mean, that's why I did it, try and stand out, because it is a business after all. That's the thing, like you touched on in the beginning. It is still a business after all. And those are the things that separate you. And I've had people say, like, I try and purposely package it like you're getting a gift, even if sometimes, a lot of times people will buy it, the shirts and the hoodies for other people. But even if you're buying it for yourself, I wrap it up in, there's a recycled tissue paper that I use too, and wrap it all nice and make it look like a gift. So it's an experience opening it up. And that, I mean, that it does wonders. It separates you from everybody else and it makes it feel like I try and get it like this is an experience. This, like, there's a sticker that I put on the tissue paper to wrap it all up and it says it starts today. So it's supposed to be, the letter that I include is all about, welcome to the Live Life Everyday family, and just, you're making a change in your life. You're saying, you're going to live life every day. So I try and make an experience and make you feel like you are doing something, you're making a statement. So it definitely helps with branding and definitely helps me to stick out there.
Yeah. Lifetime customer value. Anybody can buy a t-shirt, and especially with clothing brands. The clothing market is so saturated with all these brands. And so especially if you want to open up a clothing brand, you need to set yourself apart. You need to stand out. And what you're doing with everything, the handwritten letters, the stickers, the little sticker on the paper that says it starts today, that it's amazing. Any little thing that you can do to set yourself apart. And when people get it, it's like, it's not just another shirt. They can tell that you genuinely put effort into this and that you care about their purchase, on top of the fact that you're eco-friendly, that you give back, and that you're an inspirational brand. So all of that is just amazing. Yo, Taylor here. So I'm sure you've heard me harp on sleep and basically every single podcast and video that I put out, because it truly is that important. And I'm excited to announce that I've created something very simple and very tactical that you guys can use to start improving your sleep immediately. In fact, it is the fastest way to improve the quality of your sleep and therefore the quality of your life, with amazing results after just one single night of implementation. Seriously, this is the same nightly ritual that I personally use, and it's the same strategy that I teach all of my high-performing clients in the Captain's Lifestyle program. It's the 4-3-2-1-30 method, and I'm giving it away to you guys for free. All you have to do is follow the link in my Instagram bio or in the show notes of this podcast, and I'll send it over so you can start sleeping better tonight. But please do not sleep on this offer. It's literally free, so no excuses. Go do it, and sweet dreams.
Thank you.
Let's get into the inspirational side of things. So I know you said at the beginning that the phrase "live life every day" just kind of came to you. Was like, can you go into a little bit of how it came to you? Was there any kind of like aha moment, like this is it?
I think it's just who I've always been, and just been like, you got to live life, you got to enjoy life. You know, I'm not shy in the fact of saying I didn't invent the phrase "live life every day." I just think, I kind of think the best businesses out there are the ones that you kind of look at and be like, damn, like, why didn't I think of that? Like, it's so simple. Um, so it's one of those things. Like, sure, anybody could have used the name. Doesn't mean anybody could have made a business out of it. So it just comes from, it's just a culmination of who I am as a person. And like I said, I was trying to think of a business of, like, that was meaningful, and it just came to me. Like, it's one of those things. I wish I had like one of those moments, because everybody always has, like, oh, and a lot of people think like, oh, did you have a near death experience? Was it a religious thing? And it's like, honestly, I'm just thinking of ideas, and it just came to me. Maybe it's an epiphany or something, you can say. um it just came to me, and I was like, yes, most definitely, like, that's it, that's the one.
And what does it mean to live life every day to you?
So, great question. I always love answering it in the way that the beauty of the name "Live Life Every Day" is that it means something completely different to each and every person. So I can tell you what it means to me, but I don't really like describing what it means to me, because, again, I feel like the beauty of it is that it means something different to me and to you. If I asked you that question, your answer would be completely different than mine. But the beauty of it is that when you hear that, and whatever it is that you think of, it's something meaningful. Like, you're not thinking of something that doesn't mean anything to you. Like, if I ask you that question, your answer is going to be something that really means, so it connects with you. And I feel like that's the beauty of the name, is that it means something completely different to everyone. You don't have to necessarily define it as one definition, and it is meaningful. So,
I love
and
that.
and to me, it's just doing what makes you happy, man. Like that, like that's it.
Yeah, I agree. Happiness is like the end goal. And so let me ask you this. What is your definition of success? Because I've talked about this on probably my last 3 podcasts, I want to say.
Hmm.
The definition of success has been brought up because I think too many people are going off of what society, the news, or Hollywood says success should be, which is just money, fame, accomplishments, all that. But there's plenty of examples of millionaires, billionaires who can have anything they want, but they're
Hmm.
not happy.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I really don't think that's what success is. So what would you define success as?
To me, success and what I like to say for live life every day is just, it's just how many lives that we change. And so for me to impact people's lives, that's success. And I have done that, like to meet people in person and for them to tell me what it's meant to them. I actually had one person who literally I inspired him to quit his day job, like tech company job, quit it and pursue his actual dream of like gardening. And he started working on a farm, and like he quit all that and he's much happier now. And he literally said, "You inspired me to do that." So, like that's true success. Like at the end of the day, I actually impacted people's lives and I am impacting people's lives. And to me, there's no better measure of success than that.
I agree. Um, so, like for me, for an example, I've never been more fulfilled in my life once I started the Captain's Lifestyle program because just like you, when I have my clients telling me, like, I have never been more happy in what I'm doing. And a lot of times, not only do my clients get healthier, happier, and more productive, but the people around them. Like one of my clients' moms saw my client, making healthy food, going on morning walks, just being happier. And she's like, hey, I want in on that. So then they started doing it together. And then she got healthier. She lost like 8 pounds just by watching him do what he does. And it's just such a great feeling to be able to inspire somebody to be happy because I agree happiness is the ultimate success. Like that's what we should be chasing. And a lot of
100%.
times when we chase happiness and we go after what truly fulfills us, then the money starts to come from that. Right?
Right.
So like you said when you started off, it probably was very difficult. It was more expensive. You probably weren't making much money, but it was making you happy because you were passionate about it. You were helping other people, you were helping the environment, and now the money's starting to come in.
Yep, exactly. Just like you said. And listen, positive vibes, good vibes, optimism, happiness, that all spreads. It's all contagious. Like everyone says, it's all contagious. So exactly what you're saying. When one person has it and they want to spread it, it goes to all the people around them. So
Yep. So let's talk a little bit more about the phrases on the shirts. I'm guessing you can get something other than "live life every day" on the front. What are some
yep.
of the other things?
So we actually have our logo, which is a blue palm tree. So you can get that on the t-shirt and tank tops. On the back, there's like on the back of this shirt, there's inspirational messages on each one. There's a happiness is free t-shirt, which kind of goes to exactly what we're talking about. So I try and just make it original and simple. As you can see, this is the original one. And you can tell it's not anything, sleek, sexy. It's literally just bold, live life every day, trying to make a message. And that's what I'm trying to do. As I continue to grow, come out with different designs that are kind of more fashionable, but don't want to lose sight of the original messages. So
Love that. Yeah, it doesn't need to be complicated. Simple.
exactly.
Let's get into, if you're willing, a little bit about your mom and her battle with multiple sclerosis.
Hmm. Yep. I mean, she's all things considered, she's a trooper, man. She's still hanging in there. She's doing well, like I said, all things considered. And she's had it for over 30 years. So she is actually a real life true inspiration. And my actual eventual goal is to have my own foundation, like a Live Life Everyday Foundation. Um, but until I get there, I'm supporting the MS Society. And even when I have my own foundation, doesn't mean I still can't support the MS Society. So that was a no-brainer when, I obviously wanted to give back in some way. And that was a no-brainer to help out the MS Society.
And would you say $1 from every sale goes towards
One
them?
dollar from not just every sale, $1 from every item that's sold.
Okay, so if
So
you
you buy
order
two buy
multiple
two shirts,
items,
yep, you buy
gotcha.
2 shirts, $2. So
Love it.
that's how we're doing it. Trying
That's
to give
very
back as
cool.
much as possible.
Yeah. Do you have a specific number or approximate of how much you've been able to generate so far?
Oh man, I don't have just a couple thousand, man. I don't have the exact number, although
Yeah,
I
no
probably should.
worries.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah. I mean, hey, a couple thousand is amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
that's better than nothing,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
that's fantastic.
yeah, yeah,
Super cool. And that equates to thousands of products sold. So that's amazing.
yeah.
Um, all right. Aside from the brands Live Life Every Day, what are you doing in your day-to-day life to help inspire other people?
Um, you know, I mean, honestly, live life every day is my life. Like, so that is how I do it. And that's kind of the beauty of it is my work life is inspiring people. I also write in, I don't think I mentioned this yet. There's an inspirational blog on the website called the Live Life blog. And there's some original, like inspirational poem type posts. Um, and then, I'm always on Instagram and social media and everything, just trying to like spread the good vibes out that way. So honestly, I've said it many times where live life every day is a personification of who I am. So I've put everything into it. So I can't really say separate from the business because the business is me. And I think that's the beauty of it is that while working on my business, I am inspiring others.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you said that because I'm the exact same way with the captain's lifestyle. Like I made this because I believe that, you know, your business should be fulfilling and it should be helping other people. And because I believe that and I enjoy so much what I'm doing, that's just how I live my life. Like living the
right,
captain's lifestyle is essentially live life every day. We're essentially
right,
saying the same thing. Like
right, right.
be the captain of your own life, live your life every single day to the best of your ability and chase happiness. So what are you excited about for, well, I'll just leave it at that. What are you currently excited about?
I'm excited. We actually just became a certified green business by Green America. So we're part of their green business network. So for anybody that doesn't know, Green America is actually one of, if not the biggest, like nonprofit in the U.S. that's focused on green initiatives. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a lot of opportunities that come from that now searchable on their website as a green business.
Mm.
Hopefully there's some networking opportunities that come from that. So pretty excited about that. And I'm just excited to just keep growing, man. Just taking it to the next level, coming out with new products, expanding the line. Because like I said, it's all about the branding, just expanding and trying to do as much as possible. So excited for the future.
Yeah. Congratulations on that, by the way. That sounds like a
Appreciate
big
it.
step.
Thank you.
And yeah, it sounds like you're doing everything right to grow. Like these little things like the stickers, the notes, connecting with your audience on social media. These are all things that, you know, bigger brands, they don't really get it yet. Like you have to
Right.
connect with your audience, treat everybody like they're getting the VIP experience.
Right.
Um, Next question, and this is a little bit out of order, and we probably should have talked about this at the start of the podcast, but why is being an eco-friendly brand such a big deal?
Well, I think I don't want to say as we all know because I guess we don't all know, and I guess maybe that's the problem. Um, the world is hurting as much as we all are. The world is hurting little by little. It's maybe not even little by little now. It's growing in every day. The world is changing and the world is hurting. So it's important for us to try and do as much as we can. Like I said before, every little bit counts. So um, I'm trying to change the world. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but it's true. And this is just one more way that I can do it. It's important to, try and help the world. Um, 'Cause what better goal, what better mission is that, Like I'm trying to reach for the highest possible goal that there is.
Yeah. And so for those people who would like some more information about, you know, what you mean by the world is not doing so great, do you have any resources that you would suggest people check out to learn more about why this is such a big deal?
Um, well, you can do definitely Green America, like I mentioned. So now that we're a part of that network, but they have a lot of great information on their website to update everybody and let everyone know the struggle that's really going on around us every day. On top of everything else that we're experiencing now, it's kind of been this has been happening for years and years. So Green America is definitely a site to check out there.
Nice. I will link to that in the show notes, and I will give a recommendation because I know everybody likes to watch their Netflix, and so let's make that productive time. So I suggest watching Seaspiracy, which just came out. That was pretty eye-opening. Little disclaimer for that: I recommend taking everything in there with a grain of salt because I don't agree with the way that the documentary crew went about interviewing a lot of the companies. They came out as if they were attacking the companies. So of course those companies aren't going to agree to interviews and stuff like that. So they could have gone about that a lot more tactfully, just by understanding communication better. And then secondly, one that is fantastic that I really don't have any complaints about is Kiss the Ground. That one was fantastic, talking about how our soil, just from agriculture, is being so depleted, and that can even be it's an even bigger problem than plastic pollution.
Right.
A lot of the problems stem from our lack of adequate soil. So I would say those two. And then what else is on
That
Netflix?
kind of leads to, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
go
that kind of
ahead.
leads to the benefits. One of the benefits of, we use the certified organic cotton. Like one of the
Mm,
benefits of organic cotton, you're using less water and you're not using any toxic chemicals or anything. So
yep.
you're keeping the soil healthier, which, to what you were just saying, that's why we need to do that.
Yep. 100%.
So,
Um, awesome. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Where can people find more about you, what you're doing, your brand, all that stuff?
well, website is really easy to remember: livelifeeveryday.com.
That's a great website. How'd you get
Yeah,
that?
that's what I'm saying, man. It's one of those things that it just everything worked together, um, and it was kind of meant to be. So I was kind of surprised too when I got it. And yeah, I actually have a lot of domain names out there too. DoWhatYouGottaDo.com. You can go on that, and it leads
Nice.
right back to livelifeeveryday.com. So, um, little business tip for everybody out there: try and get all the domain names you can.
Yep.
Um, to me, it's almost like a pseudo trademark. So I actually have Live Life Everyday trademark, but websites are so important now, and website names are so important now. So if you're able to grab your brand name, that's that's huge. So back to the original question: livelifeeveryday.com has all the information, and then I'm on all the social media: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Live Life Every Day. Twitter is actually Live Life Every Day is a little one letter too long for Twitter, so it's Live Life, and then every is EVRY instead of EVERY. Um, Live Life Every Day, missing the one E. But Facebook.com/Live Life Every Day and Instagram at Live Life Every Day.
Sweet. All right, Jason. Well, thank you so much for coming on and spreading your positivity and inspiration to my audience, and just inspiring people to live their life every day.
Hey, Taylor, thank you very much for the opportunity. It was great speaking with you today, man. I appreciate it.